Welcome back to another live stream, and yeah, you guys are probably thinking, Dan, what the hell is this? Like, this isn't something you've done before, this isn't DT, and, well, this is just something which I'm going to be trying out today. I don't know how it'll go and all that stuff, and I don't know if it's something I'll be able to do weekly, because I'm moving back to university tomorrow, so that's exciting, but I have no clue what my schedule is like yet, so I might not be able to do this on Fridays or whatever. But yeah, this is the series where essentially I'm going to be looking at the new Bloods for the first time, and then I'm going to try and review them and all that stuff, and I don't know, it's like a really later way of me just doing a new Bloods review video without making a video and having to type a script. It's just me talking, and I don't know, I thought it'd be quite fun to do. You feel free to let me know what you think. And hi. I assume that's meant to be hi or something, but thank you for tuning in. And yeah, also the other thing I forgot to mention is that this is the first time which I'm actually looking at all the new Bloods and all that stuff, so yeah, I've not been able to look at them before and all that stuff, so this is going to be really fun. But yeah, so far I can see that these new Bloods look bloody nasty. Like, I'm looking at Shredder, which obviously is a reference to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, I don't really need to say that, do I? Like, Shredder, it's pretty obvious. Oh boy, high quality cards review. Yeah, it's gonna be like the best card review I've ever done, because the ones I did in the past were totally amazing. So me doing it literally live, sort of off the cuff, it's gonna go amazingly, isn't it? But yeah, let's go look at these cards and all that stuff, and I'm gonna start with Shredder because why not? It's the first card there. So let's have a look. And yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that it must be a reference to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because there's a card called Shredder, but I could be wrong. But what I'm seeing right here is essentially what is pretty much a 9/6 for a 4-star. Is that allowed in Zed Palace? Wow. Holy. How is that card allowed in Zed Palace? Like, that seemed pretty damn brutal. You've essentially got a card which is 9/6, like, sure, his base damage is 1, but added with his ability and then, you know, skills with the protection ability, like, that's the extra -5 power, like, that's pretty damn brutal. And due to the fact that his, line first, sorry, 3-star filler, just kidding. But, no, I'm just gonna do it in the order of that. But this card, like, as I was saying, considering that his ability right there is literally -5 opponent life, that also means that he's essentially invulnerable to DRs as well, so you're gonna be getting like a straight, like, bloody 9/6 from him no matter what. Plus no minimum as well, so that is just incredibly brutal. Like, I want to say that's probably now one of, if not the best, 4-star in skills now. Like, sure, you've got Yingshi or whatever, but that card, it's pretty damn menacing. And like I said, the fact he's apparently allowed in Zed Palace, like, that's just insane. I love it. But I think that sums it up. Like, sure, it's kind of annoying that he can't be used semi-fulled, but looking at his stats and all that, 8-3, and then if you had that -5, like, that'd be just completely broken for a 3-star. Like, well, he wouldn't be able to be used semi-fulled anyway because of that ability, but either way, a pretty damn good new card for skills, I must say. Like, I'm very fond of that, and I hope that I can get him in packs. So, I got told to go for line first. I assume that's the Roots one, but whatever. Yeah, I might as well have a look at Kimbra, but, yeah, this card, it doesn't really seem like anything too amazing here. Like, sure, stats-wise, it's really good. Hang on, I'm just going to click on all of them. Like, I don't know whether on icons it says every card is available in Zed Palace, but surely not. Okay, Zed Palace. So I'm also going to say Zed Palace. Let's have a look. See Shredder last. Okay, I don't know if these cards are actually allowed in Zed Palace or not. I'll go connect to Urban Rifles and see if that changes it, but feel free to tell me otherwise, because surely Shredder cannot be used in Zed Palace, but I don't want to keep going over that. We're looking at a different card now, aren't we? Come on, let's go log in and all that stuff. Thrilling content right here, just fantastic, exactly what you guys want to be watching. But yeah, as you can see, I own none of these, like I haven't opened any clints or whatever yet, so that's something. I'll open up Shredder again, but surely now it won't display the Sony's allowed in differently, will it? I say Sea Palace. Well, it depends on sort of your dialect and all that. Like, sea, in my opinion, is more sort of like a American thing to say. All are allowed inside Palace. Okay, that's correct. Yeah, I know in America and a lot of other places it is C, but since I'm British, of course it's X, Y, Z. Like the producer. Anyway, now it's time for the Lion Kimbra. For this one, obviously I don't understand what the reference is. It kind of looks like something from World of Warcraft, but I highly doubt it. If anyone knows that, then feel free to comment down below. But yeah, this card is not exactly the best for Roots, for sure. Like, considering that Roots are a clan which is more sort of life manip and all that, I already would say probably Treeman, like, even though Kimbra's got that 8 base power, which is pretty good, like, I'd probably use Treeman above him. And yeah, he's alright. And I suppose that +1 attack is kinda helpful in some way, because it means that if your opponent plays the exact same amount of pills as you, like, that +1 attack will prevent you from getting PP'd. So that's like really the only bonus of him, but apart from that, like, there's not really anything too remarkable about him, and not really anything which would make me think, oh yeah, I should use that card. And yeah, let's just have a look at all the other 2 stars in Roots and see what are all the better options. It's Simba, but Kimba. Oh, that makes sense. But it looks too sort of war-ish for it to be Simba. But I guess name-wise, like, that reference would make more sense. But yeah, out the gate, of course, Arno Classic, you'd rather use him as a 2-star. Even, I suppose, like, he replaces Beltran, so that's one thing. Bakura, like, that regen would probably be far better to use. Even Flora, like, for the modes where Arno is banned, which I think he's banned in quite a lot of the modes in EFC and maybe in DT or whatnot. Flora's sort of like your replacement, so even then, you definitely want to use him above. Y +1 attack, that has to be a mistake. Did you laugh at that as well? I mean, I don't know, like, it does seem really odd for it to have +1 attack. Like, surely you'd expect it to be something like, I don't know, +7, +8 attack or something a bit more normal. Just +1 is so odd, but like I said, at least it'll prevent you from getting PP'd, so that's one thing. +1 attack is basically defeats +1 opponent pills. Yeah, I suppose, in a way it could be used as like a better bluff than Flora and Arno, because then you'd be actually physically forcing your opponent to play at least one more pill to PP him, so that's one thing. Let's see what other 2 stars are here. Good vibes you won't really want to use above him. Even, I'd arguably say, maybe even Jito is a tad bit better, because you've got sort of more attack there, like more attack manip, so he could potentially be even more useful. Obviously, he's got that, he's got lower power, but that could be better. Kimber, yeah, I've already talked about him. Mildred, for sure, you'd want to use instead of him. Even Nasta Fog, Norfolk, like, would be far better to use. And what? Yeah, you get the point. Essentially, what I'm saying is that there are just far many better 2-star options in Roots, so I don't really see him being used all that much. He's okay, but I mean, look at Jetto. Why would you rather have Jetto or Kimber? Yeah, legit. That's what I'm saying. Like, that +1 attack isn't really the most useful. Well, it's kind of, but I'd say that -3 attack is probably a bit more useful on first attack and has more. It'll probably help you stop being PP'd in many other circumstances, so it kind of makes me want to say that that would be even better than Kimber, but I guess base stats wise, like, it's really good for a 2-star, and like I said, you get the main gist of cards. He can prevent you from getting PP'd, but apart from that, they're just far better sort of 2-star options in there, so yeah, I don't really see him getting used. Okay, right. Let's have a look at the other one. I might as well go for Wutong. Yeah, why not? So this card, confidence, stoppability. I mean, it's not bad. I can't say I really use confidence cards all that often, so I don't really know if he's sort of all that helpful. It's a bit, surely, I don't think it is, but this card really reminds me of the guy from The Road to El Dorado. Like, I don't want to say that is what he's called, but Wutong, like, that post right there, and sort of like all the magic and all that, it really just reminds me of the guy from The Road to El Dorado, so I'm gonna see if I can go to El Dorado. Characters. I'm gonna see, like, I hope that it'd be interesting if that is the reference, because that is one of my favourite films of all time, so that name, which I cannot pronounce, Tessil Khan, is the card which I'm thinking of, and yeah, Tessil Khan, no, surely it's not. Okay, that was me hoping, but I don't think it really is. Well, you may want to use confidence cards to be more confident in your DTs. I mean, you're not wrong there. It's a reference to Wukong. Okay, this is why I have you guys here, because you know far more stuff than I do. So who's Wukong? Because I don't know. Oh, that landscape I see in the background for that. Wukong is a film. Oh, a very big Chinese film. Because yeah, they did have that massive industry boom in China where, like, yeah, just the movie industry went absolutely amazing and massive. So that's pretty cool. Also, surely these stats cannot be correct, because let's have a look. Like, it goes from 3-1 to 5-1, then to 1-5, and then to 8-5. That's really interesting. I can't say I know why we've done that, but that is incredibly baffling, the fact that it just changes to 1 power. I don't really understand that. Overused reference. Okay, well, it might be overused in your instance, but I can't say I really knew the card, so I guess for me it's not overused. But yeah, confidence, stoppability. I suppose SOA is always a handy it's a handy ability to have for sure, but I don't know about confidence. Yeah, I don't know if it's really the best. But stats wise for a 4-star, of course, very good. 8-5. What more do I need to say? But I can't remember what the name of the card is, but I know there's one where it's 7-5 SOA, and I'm thinking whether I'd be more tempted to use that over Wukong because their ability isn't conditional. I'm sure someone in the chat is going to say exactly what card I'm thinking of, well, its name, but I can't remember what it is, so I'm gonna look up very quickly. It's because he's meditating and art free. That makes sense. Again, it's good that I have you guys here, because simple things like that, which I should just click with like that, I just don't get. Okay, KT Catty was the card which I was thinking of. 7-4 SOA. Not really the most amazing base stats for a 4-star, but considering, you know, Fang Pai and the +2 damage, that's then, what, 7-6, which is more than acceptable. I don't know, with it being only 4 damage, I probably wouldn't use it over Wutong, but of course, let me just quickly skim here. Toshi is fantastic, really like him. I think he was actually the first LD I ever got, to be honest. What other good 4-stars are there? I think Li Long can be used semi-full, can't he? Or am I wrong? Yeah, I got... Well, thank you for posting his stats, but yeah, I can't remember what it was. That KTI course demonetized. Oh no, you can't use Li Long semi-evolved. But again, it'd probably be broken if you could use him semi-evolved. Other good ones. Well, we've got... Don't we have a dope card or something which... No, I mean a card which has the dope ability. Oh, yeah. We have Xiao Su, that's completely mispronounced, but of course you'd want to use him over him. But I don't think he's allowed in said palace, so that's probably the only plus for Wutong. Yeah. Oh no, you can also use Xiaosu in said palace as well. Okay, so you kind of have no need to play Wutong because you've got a far better options already. I mean, again, the SOA and all that is handy, but it's another case where there are definitely other cards which spring to mind which I think are far better, which you could be using. But again, the same case with Kimber. Base stats alone, really good for sort of his star count, like really above average. Plus considering that with, you know, Fangpai's bonus he turns into an 8-7, like that's pretty nasty. But yeah, I don't know. Just confidence cards I don't think are really my style, even though they can be really nasty. It's just I'm trying to think of a circumstance where he'd be sort of more the preferred card. But I know of course there will be many circumstances out there. The best one last. What site are you using? It seems like the best Urban Rifles fan site. Oh wow. Well, if you guys aren't aware, there is a fantastic website out there made by the lovely Infinity and Nidari and Itzzwan, and it's called iClins. On this website you can see the latest card releases, and also they've got really nifty features, like for example my favourite, the Pack Helper, where if you go onto this, and when it loads, because my internet is amazing, it shows you all the cards in, well, all the clans in Urban Rifles, and the sum value of that clan and how much you could get in packs. So when I'm making pack openings and all that, I always refer to this page and I look at it and I use this to sort of decide what packs I should be opening. And it's a really handy website. If you don't use it, then I highly recommend you do. And obviously the bonuses of using it above something like Urban Rifles database, which was sort of like the fan favourite for the longest time, is the fact that of course you've got Hive and Dominion all working on there, and also Ghost Town and on Urban Rifles database. They're not there, so that's another bonus. Anyway, hey, Chaos is here. Okay, so yeah, Chaos is defending his lovely Wutong by saying that that confidence stuff ability would be handy in DT, which I suppose is fair. It's just, again, I just find it a bit of a baffling one, but I'm not saying it's a bad card in the slightest. He is pretty good, so yeah, can't really complain. But so far, Shredder, I've not been doing it where I've been giving them like a rating out of 10. I should probably do that. Shredder, I want to give it like, I'm gonna be nice and give it a 9.5 out of 10. That's, I would say 10 out of 10, but I don't know. I'd just give it 9.5 because why not? Kimber, it's not really bad, but it's not amazing, and with far better options in the clan, so I'd probably give it a 6.5 out of 10. And Wutong, again, it's not bad, but it's not really my type of card, so I'll give it like a 7.5 out of 10, I think. Those numbers I've just picked out off the top of my head, there's not really any good reason for them. I just thought, yeah, that's what I'll rank them as. And then finally, the last cards, and Kimber better than Jetto against Roots, Guys Raptors, and in every case with 3+ pills. Oh, so he's yes, I'm assuming right now Chaos is looking back at the video and starting from the start, so what he's going to be commenting is probably going to be coming in late. But yeah, I kind of get what you mean. Like, definitely against SOA, Kimber would be better against Jetto, but it's just, I think that -4 attack is a bit more helpful and versatile and could help you out in more instances than Kimber, but again, stats-wise, Kimber is definitely better because of 8 power. But final card, Hammerlock, and also allowed in said palace. And this card, I mean, for one, I'm just a massive fan of power manip and all that, so of course I'm gonna love this. Like that -3 opponent power, minimum 6, beautiful, 8-5, pretty good stats for a 4-star especially. So I'm already really liking this card. And again, reference-wise, I'm not entirely sure what it is. Part of me wants to say for some reason it's Walking Dead, but it probably isn't. But that's kind of what I think it is. I could be wrong. His art looks brutal. Yeah, I mean, oh, I would. Okay, now I can actually have a little bit of a mini rant in this video. What I would do on iClints is I would click on the card and then it would like maximize the art and I could see it better and show you guys exactly what I was on about. But they've not added that feature, unlike Open Rifle's database, so I can't zoom in onto the arts and all that stuff, which is a bit annoying. So, yeah, Infinity or whatever, if you're watching this back, please add that into iClints, because I would like that. But, yeah, compared to the Fangpai card, which I was looking at earlier, I can definitely see why the 2-star form of Hammerlock has only 1 power, because, you know, he did kind of get just annihilated by a bear there, so of course it's going to be down to 1 power, like pretty powerless there against a bear. But yeah, Hammerlock is pretty good. Like compared to the card I was just looking at, the Fangpai, this is really my type of card and one which I can for sure see myself playing. So I reckon he'll probably get a good run from me. Riot's needed that in my opinion. Yeah. It was, hey Chaos, it was my birthday 3 days ago. Can I get 23 credits? You might as well try, mate. But yeah, I can see this card being one which I for sure am going to be using a lot, but I don't know. Again, I'll do a quick comparison against the other 4 stars, but this is definitely one of the best ones they've had in a good while. I mean, Agnes, you could use against him, like, you've got that +1 damage, but you've got the risk of SOA and you not getting that +3 power, opposed to Hammerlock, where he's already got quite a high base power, and if he gets hit by SOA, he can survive, so that probably puts Hammerlock over Agnes, in my opinion. And plus, you know, Hammerlock versus Agnes, it would beat Agnes as well, if you were battling them together. Adam Quartz, I suppose, yeah, could be handy, better in cases of bluffs or whatever, due to that courage, +13 attack, like, if you win the first round and maybe go a bit pill heavy, so with something like Archimedes or Great or whatever, you can just play Adam Quartz ordered, that's 20 attack, and then also you get the +1 pill back from the bonus, so it depends really how you're playing. Like, from a more defensive standpoint, Adam Quartz definitely would be far better, but in a more offensive one, Hammerlock for sure is what you'd want to be using instead. Well, I noticed my 1 power Hammerlock. Yeah, I did. See, I do pay attention to stuff like that sometimes. And I did comment on also the Fangpai one, but unlike this one where I could realise, oh yeah, there, that's why it's 1 power. I didn't realise for the Fangpai he's only got 1 power because he's meditating, like what was said in chat. Let's have a look at the other ones. That's not... Yeah, Daphne, I suppose it's sort of the opposite case for Agnes, where, of course, SOA would be far better because it's a stop ability, and it's sort of like got the inherent bonus of Adam Quartz, where you've got a great attack manip ability there, potentially activated, but I don't know, it's obviously a card where you'll have to be hoping that you run into something like SOA, so due to the fact that he's very conditional and all that stuff, not really the best. The Kucha, could use him, depends really your playstyle. I probably wouldn't use him over Hammerlock. Let's have a look at the other ones. Okay, Farman. I know I was saying earlier, like, I don't really understand confidence cards and all that, but in like the circumstance of Farman, I do get him because that confidence stop opponent bonus can really help out with getting like quick 2-hit KOs in Riot. So I think, of course, if you're going for like the quick 2 hits, obviously Farman is your far better choice. But if you started with something like Dr. Copernica, won that round, and then you dropped your opponent down to 5 damage, of course Hammerlock and his attack manip would, power manip would be far better then, so it's a tricky one. I think they're quite equal, but did he also a reaction of the latest modified LD cards? I haven't looked at the changes with the LDs because I don't know. I didn't know that any of the LDs had been changed. Yeah, Chaos, if you want to let me know what LDs have been changed and all that, I can have a quick look, but it's highly likely that I won't be able to remember what they were before, so I don't know. But Farman against Hammerlock, I'd say they're quite equal, so I don't really know which one is better, but probably Hammerlock. Okay, Lenora is definitely... for Lenora, I'd kind of say Lenora is better than Hammerlock because of the cancel opponent damage modification. Obviously means that DRs and all that are no issue and all that, but again, he's got good ability, so I don't know. They're quite on the same level there. Other 5 stars. Oh, PR Hartnell. Okay, this is an interesting comparison here because what we've got here is a card where quite similar because we've both got power manip abilities, and PR Hartnell of course has 1 less power than Hammerlock, but he has 1 more damage, so maybe like he's easy to get sort of 2 hits with because of that 6 power and all that. But you do have the issue where you specifically have to use him in the you have to use him starting in the game due to the courage, which is a bit more restrictive. But he does have sort of the upper hand because his minimum is 5, which of course is lower than Hammerlock. So if you're going against 7-star cards, he's inherently better. But I don't know. I kind of want to say that Hammerlock is better because he's not conditional, but obviously that 1 less power, 1 less damage is sort of not the best for him. Let's have a look at chat. Sending you the LD changes on Discord. I don't oh, you've posted them right now, cheers. I mean, I would check that, but I don't have Discord open. I should probably do that. I'll just have to try and remember what they are. Any unconditional rights cards with a good ability. What a day to be alive. Okay, and then I think that's more or less all of the 5 stars. Of course, Fira, if you want to GR, like, she can be pretty helpful, but again, it depends sort of what your deck's looking like already. If you can use Cushing, then, or if you can use or afford Cushing, then you'd want to use him over Fira, so obviously there's that. And if you've got the space aware, then maybe Alexandria is better than Fira. So even then, like, Fira has potential of cards you could use instead of her, so due to that I would say Hammerlock is better. So yeah, the ones where I'd be confused on deciding whether I should use Hammerlock or the other card instead is probably Lenora, maybe PR Hartnell, but yeah, I'd say Hammerlock certainly looks like one of the more favourable 4 stars now, so that's one good thing going for him. So to summarise what I'm saying there, it's a card, it's got good base stats, I like Power Manip, I like this card, so I'm going to give it a 8.5 because that's a number which holds some sort of merit or value, and it indicates some sort of quality, even though, again, it's a number which I just thought, yeah, that's about right. Let's have a look at what these LDs are now, and hopefully I can remember what they were before. If not, I might quickly open up Discord, but let's have a quick nosy and see if any of these are looking better or worse than what they were before. Okay, it'd be also, I mean, I know we've already got the feature on Discord, but maybe it'd be helpful if, like, on the Iconics website you could see the LD changes just like that. But the first one I've been told about is Space Hands LD. Let's have a look. So search them up. I think also these LDs are ones which I don't own as well, so there's going to be... Oh no, I've got Etheria, so that's one I can compare, but yeah. Okay, Space Hands. I remember him being pretty damn good for DT, but I can't think what he was before. Looks like potentially he's been nerfed, but let's see what Minimacho has told me. Space Hands from 7-2, cancel opponent power and damage modification to 8-2, cancel opponent power and power modification. So it's only, oh, so it's changed from power and damage to only power bits 8-2. Either way, I'd say that's definitely a good improvement for that card. Like, well done Chaos, like that one is good. Okay, Wave LD, let's have a look at this one. I'm just getting the card up so that if you don't know what the stats are, then you can see it. Obviously, what I've been told here is that he's gone down from a minimum of 3 to a minimum of 2. Obviously, that's an improvement, so I'm assuming that's welcomed and people like that change. So, again, well done, you can get another pat on the back. Thermal Halt, let's have a look at this one. Is it Thermal Halt? Thermal Halt. This is going to be really fun here because essentially all it's going to be is, oh, this card has been improved, oh, this card has been nerfed, oh, this improvement is good, this nerf is bad, and that's about the maximum of my critiques. That card isn't, oh, it's because of the U in it, isn't it? Let's get rid of that. I know how to spell. I would do amazing in spelling bee, I think. Okay. I can't find that one. What is it? Thermal Halt LD. Thermal Halt. I'm gonna copy it straight from what's been said there, so hopefully then it'll pop up. Okay, let's have a look. Hey, there we go. So, what have been the changes? 9-2 equalizer to +1, 9-2 equalizer +1 life to 8-4 +3 life. I mean, I guess it's a case where, like, against obviously lower starred cards, Thermal Halt will definitely be better now because there's no equalizer, so it means if you're against a 2-star then you won't only be getting 2 life. It's now just capped at 3 life, which is what would have been sort of the middle ground for that equalizer ability anyway, which is pretty good. The 8-4, I would say it's a bit low for the stats of the card, but considering he does get +3 life, it's kind of a bit understandable. But essentially he is just a 4-star version of Murray, so he's not really anything too amazing, but he's not too bad. My Trison's still failing. I tried my best, okay. But yeah, I think that's a good summary of him. He's just a 4-star Murray, so if you like Murray, then you might also like this card, but if you liked him for his equalizer and his quite high base power, then sorry, you might not like his changes. Okay, what's next? Etheria LD. So what I'm being told here is that she's gone from a, what is it, 7-6 to 8-5, which, I mean, I think 8-5 is more sort of what is common for sort of 5-star DTs anyway, because you've got Nistrock who's at 8-5, you've got the one from Raptors which is also an 8-5, so I guess in a way that's just sort of like matching what is common for 5-star DRs anyway, it's just what is the norm, so I can't really complain about that. And plus, like, either way, like, those stats are pretty strong and commonplace for a 5-star anyway, so it's not really anything too big of a change. Like, it's not like she's now an 8-4 or something like that, which would be a bit naff. But you've still got her amazing ability, which puts her as, I would say, the 3rd best DT in the game. Obviously, that's below Grax and Uranus because they're -5 minimum 1, but she's still got amazing ability. Like, that's not been changed. His stats, like, they're perfectly acceptable for 5 stars, so again, it's not really all that bad. Like, maybe in some instances it's a bit annoying because she might be a bit harder to get a 2-hit KO with if, say, you're playing cards which more rely on a 6-6 relationship or whatever, but that's still pretty good. So that's not bad. I don't have any complaints about that one. And then Liana. Let's have a look at this. So let's get Liana up. Okay, so she's 8-3 plus 2 minimum turn. And okay, right, so what we're getting here is that her power has been bumped up 1, but her maximum has been reduced, which is a bit annoying. But either way, 8-3 plus that with their bonus, which essentially turns her into 10-3, like, that's pretty nasty. And even still, like, heal 2, like, that's a pretty good ability in its own rights, but I do feel like the main thing which made Eddie CR rather, so fearsome and so annoying was the fact that he had that maximum for 13, which was just an absolute nightmare. So I guess maybe due to the fact her maximum has been reduced down to 10, it does make her a bit worse, but again, you get a card which is essentially 10 power, like, that's pretty damn good, you can't really complain too much. And I guess in some ways, well, obviously, like, with them doing that change, it means that she's going to be easier to win rounds with and easier to get that heal with, so I guess that makes her better. I don't know if any of the zones have been changed, but I don't know. I think that change has made her easier to get her heal with, so that's definitely a bonus. But if you can use Eddie, then use Eddie instead, of course. And I think that's all of them. Oh, apart from Dr. Webb LD, but I've not been told what he's been changed to. I mean, let's have a look at Dr. Webb, because I don't know what this card is, because I'm incredibly behind when it comes to all the LDs and whatnot. Dr. Webb LD. Oh, it's the... Okay, it was the rights one which I was looking at earlier. But no, that's pretty decent. Looking like a really good 2-star for them. Has he got exactly the same stats as CR? I think so. I'm gonna have to double check that because I can't remember if it's exactly the same as CR. Probably is. Yeah, she's worst version of Ed, but can be played in EFC, said Palace. Okay, no, that's still really good then. Like, I can still see her probably getting a lot of play in EFC then, especially if she's allowed up to said Palace. And as much as I'm obviously a novice to EFC and I don't really know sort of what's what, I do know that sort of life abilities and all that are really, really good in EFC, so it's probably good that, you know, she's easier to win with now, so that's definitely a plus for her. Okay, CR, yeah, 5-3. Oh, okay, so pretty much the same as apart from it's got a minimum of 2, which puts him better than CR, which is good for him. But obviously you've not got the inherent bonus of where if you play him against a higher star card, like, he's really good, especially with those power and damage manips. So, like, sure, it's got a lower minimum and all that stuff, but unless you're playing against, what, 4 power cards and whatever, like, that's not really going to make all of them, it's not going to make too much of a big difference, I suppose. So, it's not bad, but I don't know whether you used him as sort of like a makeshift DR instead of Fear or something, like you just slot him in for that -2 damage, just quite niftily, because he's small and versatile, but they could probably put him into any deck, like, they've got that bonus. But of course, like, since it's only 5 power, it means that it's only going to be most efficient against 7 and 6 power cards, so it's an interesting one. Like, with me saying that, of course, against 8 power cards or whatever, is far better because of the equalizer bonus, but it's not bad. But where is he allowed up to? Said Palace. Okay, it's pretty good then. But yeah, what are the... So does that mean you're going to make her Road to Said Palace series? I mean, not to content tease or anything like that, but let's just say that me making a series on EFC has been very, very, very long overdue, and it'll probably start at some point if I get the time to do so. Like I said at the start of the stream, I do have the issue where I am literally going back to university tomorrow, so it means that I might not have enough time to like really play that much in Urban Rifles, and I might only be able to maybe do like 1 or 2 videos a week or whatever, but yeah. But I don't know, like, I have definitely been meaning to play, been far meaning to play EFC for the longest time, so it's something which is a inevitability, but I don't know when it will happen. And Chaos is saying that Tanak is better than Dr. Webb, who is better than UNCR. Okay, let's compare him to Tanak then. I mean, to be fair, of course Chaos is far more of an experienced player, and of course he's going to know the in and outs of the game because it's more or less his game, so he'll be correct there. But let's have a look at Tanak and see if I agree. But I don't know if I agree with you. I'd say UNCR is probably better than Dr. Webb, but oh, ability minimum wise. Oh yeah, gotcha. Because Tanak is the minimum 1, which is brutal, but even then Tanak is better than Dr. Webb. But is Tanak better than UNCR? I think also Tanak's allowed in Ted Palace as well, whereas Un isn't he? I'm just assuming, but I'm sure Tanak is allowed in Ted Palace. Yeah. Okay, interesting one. Obviously Tanak is better than Dr. Webb, but is Tanak better than UNCR? I don't know. Probably I'd say UNCR is better, because if you get your opponent down to like, what, 5-6 power, then that equalizer is going to really help out, especially if it's a higher starred card. But if it's a lower starred card, then Tanak would be better, and even Dr. Webb in some instances. But if you're using Dr. Webb sort of defensively, obviously it's better because then you recover 1 pill, so again it comes down to like your playstyle and how you're playing these cards at the end of the day. Like, there's no one definitive answer I can really give. You did not notice a couple of coincidences today. Kimber released, Mickey Mouse and Jetto dropped off zone. I mean, I'm sorry Chaos, but I'm not Abby Wyatt, so I'm not that observant enough when it comes to cards. I assume if it was Abby, like, she would have got that like that, but like, yeah, sure, I'm more of a player where I pay more attention to the stats rather than the lore and the background of the cards, even though I really shouldn't. Shadow released, Praxi dropped off zone, not even intentional. Oh, so this was all coincidental, okay. Shredder's Kenji's father, Kenji Noel dropped off zone. Oh, Shredder's Kenji's father. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's really cool. Wow. I mean, if I'm here, like, do I have, like, the sort of bios of the cards? Because, yeah, let's have a look. On icons as well, it doesn't show the bios of the cards, so obviously I wouldn't have got this information, but, yeah, no, that's interesting. So Chaos, Kimber CR confirmed, pretty sure Hammerlock is gonna hunt him down. You could say he's Shredder's fun. Nice. Beltran CR confirmed. Yeah, what were the original stats of Dr. Webb then? Because that's something which I never got announced. Like, what were his changes? I'll see if it says in Discord. It probably should. Dr. Webb went from -3 to -2. Okay, so we just lowered his minimum, which is obviously a good. It's an improvement for that card, but still, in the grand scheme of things, like, he's more a card where defensively he probably works better. But that's just my opinion. But there we go. That was a little, yeah, just got told there by Chaos. So, quick summary. From what I can see, sort of all the LD changes, they seem good. Like, I don't see any card getting worse. Like, sure, maybe it's a bit of a downside, but obviously Space Hands doesn't have that cancel opponent damage, so he might not be better in some circumstances, but he's still a really good 2-star for junk, so that's good. Shredder, pretty damn brutal, really like this card, really hope I can get him because he's essentially a 9/6 unless you're against something like No Love or Leviathan or a SOA, SOB cards. Like, you're going to be getting about 9/6, like, really powerful, love him. 9.5 out of 10, like I said. Hammerlock, a card which certainly seems like one which I'll be playing a whole load, and one I also hope I get because he's just my type of card, really nailed it, and I gave him an 8.5. Oh no, this is interesting, I just noticed, like, obviously I was going to go through and say Wutong, he's pretty good for what he is, but not my type of card, unlike Hammerlock, so I gave him a 7.5. Then Kimber, pretty good, can prevent you from getting PP'd, but doesn't really match with the rest of the routes, and you'd probably be wanting to play more one of the live minute cards, 2 stars, like Treeman or the Flora instead, so I don't know if I'd want to use him, and I gave him 6.5. And what I was going to say is, I noticed that obviously I gave these cards 9.5, 8.5, 7.5, 6.5. Like, I just found that really funny, like, just something which I only just noticed. Yeah, if any of your opinions or whatever, then let me know. He still walls No Love. Yeah, that's true, like, even though, like, you won't be getting that +1 attack, you'll still be able to beat him peel for peel because, you know, they're both 8 powered, so he's still got the upper hand. Like, you correct though, Mio, that's something which I completely forgot about. And even, like, in the case of Phyton, again, still going to be an 8-2, which is really good stats for a 2-star, so it's not bad at all. Kimber is a little Noodle CR, he can wall anything. Touche, okay, I'll give him a 7.5 because I was being a bit too mean, like 6.5 is a bit too low. Okay, yeah, I agree, definitely a really good wall card. And that +1 attack, it seems a bit weird and confusing, but at the end of the day it could be really helpful, and the one thing which could really save you from getting, you know, PP'd or whatever, so that's good. But yeah, I think I've been rambling for far long enough, so I might call it here. Like, yeah, it's been 47 minutes. I wasn't wrong when I said this would be a Ramble review, so it's nice to know that the title doesn't lie. Let's try that again. It's nice to know that the title doesn't lie, unlike my Road to DT win series. That was a good joke apart from my voice bloody broke there. Also, why did I say voice really weird there? I don't know. What I was going to say though is that it would be boring. This is perfect ability. My bad. Should have been 7-2 no ability. No, don't change it. Keep that +1 attack. It's far better than having no ability. I know it's weird, but it's good. It's a good weird. Like, yeah, there are things which are a good weird out there, and Kimber's certainly one of them. So, yeah. Should have been -1 attack. Oh no. Minimum -1 minimum 20. No, that would have been horrible. Non-chaos +1 attack per life left. That would be a bit too powerful, I reckon, if it was +1 attack per life left. Let's just stay with a 1 attack. Like, I know it's a weird sum tap on a card with it literally only being +1 attack, but it's good for what it does, so let's not change anything. Let's not be rational here. Missed it. Well, lucky for you, you can listen back to it and all that stuff, so you've not missed out on too much. But yeah, I think I've more or less reviewed these cards to some degree. I don't know if they've been any good of a review, because my reviews aren't typically any good, but hopefully they're of some use. I don't know. If you just enjoy me talking for about 50 minutes, then you'll have certainly loved this, but I think I'm gonna call it here. -10 opponent damage minute. -10 opponent damage minimum 10. I mean, it prevents one hit KO, so that's one thing. Type plus give up. type exclamation point giveaway to have a chance to win a free MT from Chaos. -8 power, minimum 8. I mean, that would actually be, if that was the case, that would be really good for Kimber, because even though, of course, it's only minimum 8, which in hindsight should be a bad thing for a card, like, you don't want the minimum to be the same or typically lower, higher than what the power is, but since Kimber's, of course, only a 2-star, like, that means that in most circumstances, he would still win, so that'd be good. But I know you're not going to do that, you're just going to keep it as +1 attack. And don't get me wrong, like, it's not bad. But of course, -8, oh, -8 power, sorry. I thought you said -8 attack there, I was getting excited. I mean, -8 power, minimum 8, it depends you having to worry about the 9-powered cards or whatever, or the... yeah, it's really damage stuff like Zoe and stuff which can get like +14 power and all that stuff, so that'd be kind of good. 8-2 protection bonus, because people would splash him. How about another SOS ability? But yeah, if it was like 2 SOAs, that'd be pretty bad, but nah. 8-2 protection bonus could also be pretty good, but I don't know, like, I still see that +1 attack still being helpful in some circumstances, so I'd probably keep it like that. But yeah, as I was saying, I think I'm gonna call it here, because I've more or less talked about all the cards and I've given some sort of opinions in there. Again, they're probably not good opinions, but they're opinions nonetheless. But in the meantime, I've been Itzzwan. Thank you for watching, or more, it's really more a listen along video, but thanks for listening along, I suppose. And yeah, that's not how I usually do my outro, so that's why I'm now confused. But yeah, bye. That's totally not an awkward ending at all, was it?